Good afternoon, everybody. Ian Maddox, Hitchcock Maddox Financial Partners, connecting with you on our HMFP Financial Planning Simplified video series. We took a little bit of a break. Summer schedule, sometimes it's hard to get everybody on the same page, but wanted to connect with you here today. And going to take a turn from what we have done for quite literally the last 2 months, which has been time sensitive with all of the things going on in the world, particularly the global response to a pandemic, disease, COVID-19. And frankly, not a lot has changed. We still have this disease going on, and now we've turned a corner in the last 7 to 10 days with major social upheaval all around the country. And I want to pause and recognize that when you have so many different things going on, yes, the markets, the economy, disconnected, volatility, we got it. Let's just put that over here to the side for a minute. It's still there. It's not going to go away. But what I want to do today is to take a longer term look. I want to take a view of the forest, not so much talk about the trees. I had a conversation earlier this week with an industry veteran that is part of our network. Just smart folks that we can tap into on a regular basis for expertise. And this gentleman is up in Ohio. He has been providing financial guidance, financial planning, whatever you want to call it, for more than 4 decades. And we got into a conversation about the power of words and how words can influence people and influence decisions, particularly in an environment like this. A lot of times you will hear people use the cliche. It's not cliche, I mean, I believe this, that actions speak louder than words. But I think that that's misapplied in certain circumstances or situations or environments. When you think about actions speaking louder than words, that is true, but I think that's most effective and most applicable when you have a very intimate relationship with somebody that you're living with or you're interacting with on a very regular basis. And you're living life with them. The idea that that applies to someone that maybe is in a role of influence over you, that's a motivational speaker or a coach to some degree, or has a professional role in your life, I don't think that's as true. I think that in many ways, the things that you say can very much influence actions people take. And so there's power in words. And in any industry, industries have lexicons, right? They have kind of industry terms and language, and finance is wrought with that. And in fact, a lot of those words are, for the most part, unless you have a background in economics or finance, they can be confusing and they can be meaningless. And so, if I go to somebody and I say, hey, I'm a financial planner or I'm a wealth manager, that can be disconnected from the reality of how people make decisions. In fact, most people, and they've done industry studies on this, until you have, there's kind of a moving target there, $3 to $5 million, which is putting you way up in not just the 1%, you're in the tenths of a percent of global society and global wealth. Most people don't think of themselves in terms of being wealthy. So when I say I'm a wealth manager, what does that even mean? And I think that I want to turn a corner here, take a long-term view, get away from the noise of day to day, and talk about how we make decisions into the future. And so the question that he posed and he's starting to use in his dialogue in his community and with clients and with potential clients is asking people a simple question. And that question is, what is your plan for financial independence? Okay, that makes sense. What's your plan for financial independence? We are almost in an era or moving into an era of post-retirement. Like, the idea of retirement is a modern concept. We didn't used to retire, we just worked until we died. And then modern developments, and especially in the Western world, got us to this point where we said, well, we'll stop working, and then we have this ideal state of what that looks like. But now I think we're shifting even beyond that. And I've decided I'm going to build out a series on this concept of financial independence. And I'm not going to go into all of it today. I'm still working on kind of the outline, but we'll come back to this, and there'll be a several-part series that kind of defines this better. But I think the way that I want to leave this video today is to say, okay, if the goal is, if I have to answer that question, what is my plan for financial independence? I think I can reverse that and say, let's look at the flip. And the flip of that is, what is financial dependence? And financial dependence to me is being tied either to an employer, a paycheck, or some type of institutional social program that constrains what I do with my time and my energy. And I, as a financial coach, so to speak, as a financial advisor, someone that's helping people to make decisions to flourish over time, what I hope to do is help people to navigate towards an environment of financial independence. Does that mean you have to have $1 million or $2 million or $200,000? It's going to be different for everybody. It's not black and white. It has to do with your ability to match your lifestyle to your resources and your time to create an environment that gives you flexibility at some time in the future, that you're not dependent upon one of those things, an employer, a paycheck, or some type of social program. And I think that that is a pretty neat place to be, and that's what I mean by post-retirement. In other words, I think all of us would aspire to get to a point where we kind of are the commander of our ship, so to speak. And we can choose to volunteer time. We can choose to use energies outside of the workplace at some point because we've made decisions along the way that get us there. And that's really the idea of financial independence. And like I said, we'll come back to it and dig into that a little bit deeper. Until next time, if we can ever do anything for you, give us a shout. Connect with us on phone, email, on our website, Ian Maddox, HMFP.